say Dolores is everywhere, and I love it.
Way too dark in my
Are we on? We're live?
We are on.
Are we live? I can't while we were live.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a Wednesday. It's 7:30ish. We're still in quarantine, people. This is a real life comic book. How are you doing? Welcome to the Source Wall. I got a bottle of water because it's good for you and you should drink. How are you, the Outlaw Red Hood? How are you, Read Comics too? How are you, Phantom Specialist? That's me. How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Good.
We've got the hat crew on today, so yes.
Yeah.
I stay wearing hats. Whenever I don't wear a hat, people are like, "You're not wearing a hat." I'm like,
yeah.
I wasn't born wearing a hat.
Yeah.
But yes, issue 83 here of the Source Wall. It feels like day 83 of Quarantines Are Us. But, you know.
For real, it does proper feel like that, man. It's bad. It's bad.
My days. But we're here. We're okay. We're still alive. We're still kicking.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
You good?
Yeah, can't complain.
It's all good.
It's all good?
Yeah.
It's alright.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to tell everybody this. I just binge watched the whole of Westworld.
Sick.
Oh my god. Just all I have to say. Okay? Just all I have to say. Watch the West of the world.
It's good.
That's all I have to say.
It's good.
Okay.
That's what I've been watching. I've been trying
to
to start it up again as well. Because a friend of mine has started watching it, so I might just start. I watched the first episode the other day, but I haven't got around to watching the second and all the rest. But
okay, it is good.
yeah.
You know, if you're gonna start watching it, just know it feels a little bit slow burnerish, but after the third episode, you're like, "Pachow!" right in there. So you're fine. So what we got planned for today? What's on the pod?
Yeah.
The issue. Mm-hmm.
All right. So first up, where I just added this actually. It's a bit of bad. We've got quite a bit of bad news this week, man. It's a bit crap. But last week we was talking about Comic Hub, and they were getting into place. The ability for us to buy comics from our local comics stores online. Has a digital format, and then we can pick them up at a later date when everything comes back to normal, or comes back to how it was before. But unfortunately, that's not happening anymore. So it's a bit crap, really. It's a bit shitty news. So this is from.
Wait, so that's not going to happen now?
It's not happening. No, it's not happening. So.
What?
This is from Newsarama. The Comic Hub Advanced Digital Reader Copy Initiative isn't going to move forward. It's obvious from the concerns voiced by our peers that this isn't an initiative they can get behind. This is basically John Henrik from Big Bang Comics and Ryan Higgins from Comics Conspiracy. So basically, it's obvious from the concern of our peers. So basically, I think what's happening is other comic book stores are not interested in this or don't want to do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I think personally, it's because they're scared of digital taking over. That people would just buy digital and not actually going to.
Yeah, I was thinking they're scared of the change.
Yeah. So
you have to merge the two, people. See, now if comic books were smart, they digitize the comic books, but still allow you to get hard copies. Obviously you go into the comic book shop, whatever. Just off the top of my head, like if you had like a screen where you could just go through all of the things instead of touching all the comics. I even know we love to do touching the comics and picking them up and reading them. Great, you can do. You can do that. But then I feel like there should be an access point where you could be like, okay, cool. If I want to just digitally look at something, I can.
Yeah.
Because I don't think like wanting to, not get a hard copy is going to be in anybody's head, because we're just not I don't think our community is just built like that. We like having a physical element.
Wait,
Exactly.
You just wait until we walk into Forbidden Planet, the big Forbidden Planet.
Yeah.
And they got tablets.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Tablets.
Yeah.
And when people are just there, like it's like going into the Apple shop and you're on tablets. You're swiping, looking at Spider-Man, and you're like, "Damn, is this how we're doing it now?"
Yeah, I mean, it's good for people buy it. You can get digital comics now. That's the thing, and
yeah, it's a thing.
I think I don't know. Personally, I buy it. I like to have my comics in my hand. I like to have the physical comics. I like to have the digital comics for when I'm traveling and moving around. So that is for me. That's a perfect idea to have a digital comic and have the physical as well. Even if you have to pay a little bit more, then that's all right for me. But yeah,
I would never. I think the majority. I think stores need to just chill out because I don't think people are just going to go all digital. The thing about being comic book fans is that we love to touch the comics, so I don't think people will just. It could happen, but that will be years from now. That's not going to happen for now. I love collecting my comics, man.
Yeah, it's a nostalgia thing, and it's like a visceral thing of like having a comic book. It's like going to a bookshop and being like, you know, people were like freaking out when Kindle came out and all that stuff and audio books. It's just like, well, no. People still love. I love going into bookshops.
Yeah.
Like, I love going in there.
When I know I want a book, to the bookshop.
Exactly. Or if I don't find it in a bookshop, guess what? I'm ordering it off Amazon, or I'm ordering. You know what I mean? I'm ordering it off Foils, like the actual company. Yeah. So I feel like they should just make it digital so it's accessible. Because they're not thinking like on the broader scale of like people who can't come to comic book shops who would like to, and to have like a digital aspect of it, but then you still kind of get your hard copy, like you get it sent to you or whatever. It's the same thing. Like you don't buy comic books off the fucking internet all the time, like, and they get sent to your house. What's different?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean. So it's just like
for me, what really pees me off is that you got Diamond distributors that distribute the hard copy comics, and they've got a monopoly of that. And then you've got Comixology, who's owned by Amazon, who has the rights for the digital comics. So I think that's one of the major problems in this industry is that you've got these two companies who have the monopoly of the comic book industry. Basically, there's no one else who distributes comics. There's no one else who does digital comics, and it's just a bit, for me. I just feel it's a bit. You need to get their permission first before you can move forward, and they ain't gonna move forward until.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I don't know, man.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, well, you lot stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid because you could just make more money, but obviously you lot don't want to make money.
You know, especially during this time, they could have set it up, had a contract where it was like, just for this time. Yeah. Just for this time and make your money. You rather go broke than get money.
I think what a lot of people are doing now as well is because all the government, not government handouts, but what the government is doing about like furlong and giving people back the money that they've lost, some money that they've lost. I think a lot of companies are just holding their cards until this all is over, and then when things get back to normal, then they may implement these kind of new ideas. Like even like with my job, is I'm working from home, so a lot of everyone's working from home now. But 2-3 months ago, you only had a couple people working from home. So now, maybe when everything comes back together,
your job's got to convince you to come to work. You're going to be like, no, I can work from home.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And maybe they want to do that. Maybe that's something they would want to look into because it would save them money, having people work from home than having people work in the office.
These companies.
It's I mean, you can take. For me, it's kind of a good thing that things are happening like this, in a sense that we're kind of. This is forcing us to move forward in the ability that we actually have. but I think that some companies are scared of moving forward too quickly. So
thing is, a lot of companies. I'm not just talking comic books, but a lot of companies, big companies, because they're not making the money that they were back in January, February, January, and back in 2019. They're gonna go bust. Like they're gonna go because they can't make money. And if the comic book has a way of staying in the game, like if it was my company was up and started, and there was a way for me to stay making money during this bullshit, and then I can carry on afterwards. I'm trying to make money. I'm not trying to go bust. What am I holding my cards for? What am I holding my cards for? This is the situation for the foreseeable future, and for what I'm hearing, it just keeps getting extended. I'm trying to make money. I'm not trying to come out of this broke.
And people forgetting it's like the people are the currency of the economy. So it's like if you don't treat us right, we're going to remember. It's like okay, you lot.
But then
we're doing that.
At the same time, a lot of people who are the customers are people who are going broke, who don't have the ability to work from home, or who don't, So I mean. It's a double-edged sword in that sense. So
adapt or die, people. Adapt or die. Hustle, claim. We haven't got to foraging and like pillaging yet, but hopefully we won't get there. Looting. I meant looting, not pillaging. Pillaging is crazy.
Allow looting, man.
You're gonna loot. Go to the rich areas as well. Don't go to your community.
Local. No.
Go.
Always.
I mean, I live in a rich area, so stay away from here. But I don't live on the block anymore. But I'm just saying, like, go to the rich areas.
Exactly.
And I don't understand the mentality of mashing up your community.
There's no shops around those areas, man. Around your area, anyway. You are wild, man.
Hey, Mom, it's dead out here, man.
Oh, anyway, we're not condoning that, by the way. Let's move on.
We're not condoning that.
This is the perfect time for people to be tracking us.
I've already come to terms with the fact that they're gonna come.
They're not coming for you.
I know.
We'll make a run for it.
I know too much. I say too much.
Okay. Apart from that annoying news, what else do we got?
Speaking of things being dead, the cinemas will be dead for a while to come still. But we do have some new dates for Marvel and DC films. So obviously everything's been pushed back because there's no cinemas open. We can't go out and watch movies. Marvel has released some new dates for their Phase 4 slate.
Oh dear.
So I'm gonna read out some dates for you guys. New Mutants. There's no release date.
Oh, do you know what? Sorry.
I knew you were gonna say.
Sorry. When I saw this on the list, I was busting up because I'm like, this movie cannot catch a break. And the funny thing about it is that if you on the list, on the script, we have dates.
The
New Mutants just says postponed.
Yeah, that's it. Everything else has dates, but
guys, man, just dead that movie. Put it on. Just put it on Disney Plus. Don't even do anything. Just let me wake up tomorrow. Boom! It's on Disney Plus. I will watch it.
I feel like we've already watched the movie.
I will watch it.
I feel like the movie has come and gone. This movie. I feel so sorry for this movie. Carry on, Rich. Poor thing.
Sometimes their agents or their managers will put them like, I just heard from Marvel they're gonna do it on this day. Sorry, it's actually they must.
And the joke is, in the acting, I'm not sure how it works properly, like on that bigger scale, but like you get paid for your job, kind of thing. Yeah. But if something doesn't air, sometimes you don't get paid for it. So I don't know if that applies to movies. So like obviously the actors would have got paid a certain amount, but the chunk they could have got probably isn't going to get dropped unless this movie dropped, which is bad because it's just like this poor movie's not catching nothing.
Yeah.
Just other people got movies out. You know what I mean? A little bit of remittance coming in. Not New Mutants.
Some of those actors as well, like the girl, she was in Game of Thrones at the time. Remember that a lot of the actors from Game of Thrones were getting movie roles because of them. No one is caring about Game of Thrones right now. Do you know what I mean? That's done, and it didn't stick the landing. So like, that's that. And one of the guys is from Stranger Things. No one's talking about Stranger Things right now.
Yeah,
so you know what I mean? It was off the popularity of the shows that they were.
Yeah.
You're only as good as what you did as your last movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And your last movie was a movie that won't even get released.
Poor team.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else is
so yeah, bad luck for them, unfortunately.
First, I'm telling you, man.
Wonder Woman 1984. That's been put back to August the 14th.
4 days after my birthday.
Nice. There's an untitled Sony/Marvel sequel. It's probably going to be Venom. Set to release on October the 2nd. And then you've
this year.
Yeah. Venom's been filming from time, man. Venom's been filming. Then you've got Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins. That's out on the 23rd of October. One thing, did any of you guys used to watch G.I. Joe back in the day?
Yeah.
I have a vague recollection of that cartoon.
Yeah.
I was more familiar with the toys than I was the cartoon.
Yeah.
My memory is very hazy on the cartoon.
Yeah. I keep seeing a skit of G.I. Joe busting children in the toilet for smoking. It's like, don't smoke, kids. I don't know what that's from.
That's probably from Adult Swim, Robot Chicken or something.
Something like that. But yeah, good.
They've actually got they're re-releasing some toys now as well, actually. So just so you know. Also, Black Widow. The new date is November the 6th.
Just put it on Disney Plus,
man.
Do you know what? She deserves to be in the cinema, so I get it. I get it. But I really want to watch this movie. Like I've been waiting. I was watching, CBR, that channel, that YouTube channel. Is it CBR? I was watching their theories on, like, I forgot what the theory was, but I'm there. Basically in that they're showing the trailer. I'm like, I really want to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I really want to watch it.
Yeah. Just make everybody pay £20, however much, £15. Let's say 15.
I think Disney Plus doesn't want to be Amazon. I think it wants to be more like Netflix. I've noticed even their setup is very, very similar.
Everything is Netflix. Shudder is Netflix. Everything.
I know it's Amazon.
Is Shudder Netflix?
It's not Netflix, but it has the same
format.
Everything.
I know it's Amazon doesn't have the same format as Netflix. Amazon is, when I go on Amazon, it's so foreign. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why is it like that? Why can't I just can't stand being on Amazon if I'm honest? But I don't think Amazon. I don't think Disney Plus wants to be like that. I think they just want you to pay for what you pay for. And everything's there, which I prefer. But just put the movie, because you get paid by views now, don't they? You can get aren't views money? Aren't views currency these days?
Yeah, they are. You know what I mean? They should just have bundles. They should just be like, if you're going to watch a film on Disney Plus, they should have like a family bundle. So like you've got like depending on like how many people are added to your, what do you call it? Let's just say like us three do like a party on Disney kind of thing, and there's a bundle of us three of our account. You you just do a bundle of like three. You know what I mean? It's just, you can get your money. Just put the movie up. I want to see it. I just want to see. I do not want Black Widow to turn out like New Mutants. Okay, I really need to see
it won't be
this movie.
It definitely won't
be. Is that this movie takes place after Civil War? It should have just been made for that time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I find that so irritating. After the fans were clamoring
clamoring
for a Black Widow movie. I remember that, not racist. He was racist, but he was also sexist. I forgot who it was. That higher up who just didn't want to make Black Widow toys because nobody would buy them.
Sorry. That's what I said to that.
What's his name?
I remember there was like a toy. I remember working where I was working. I ain't giving you no fucking promotion. I was working where I was working, and they had like a Lego, and it was a scene. It was a scene from, I think it was whatever Marvel movie was out at the time, but Black Widow was heavily in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And in the toy, they replaced her with like Falcon or somebody.
Oh, serious?
Where Falcon wasn't even heavy in the movie like that. I'm like, that's dead. That is so dead.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway.
So
meanwhile, the highest grossing toy ever in life is still Barbie, so I don't understand why female toys don't work. But anyway, go ahead.
Exactly.
Go ahead. As more than this.
Unfortunately, that's it for 2020. Sorry. Going back 20 years.
Mercy.
2021, we've got February the 12th for Eternals. That's a new date. Morbius is out on March the 19th. Wow. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That's a new date on May the 7th. The Batman is due on June 25th. Another Sony / Marvel Studios Spider-Man sequel, which is supposed to be out on July 16th. The Suicide Squad is out on August the 6th. There's another Sony and Marvel film. There's no release date for that. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, that's got a new date of November the 5th. And Black Adam is supposed to come out on December the 22nd. 2022, we've got Thor: Love and Thunder.
Damn!
On February 8th.
2022. I'm really looking forward to that movie, man.
I know.
2022. Yeah. What was the original date for that? Do we know?
I can't remember.
It was supposed to. I swear it was supposed to be this year or next year.
I think it was supposed to be next year.
That's the one.
Yeah. 2022.
That one. I would say that one. Blade. I don't know, man. Oh, Doctor Strange. Go on, carry on.
You got Shazam sequel coming out on April the 1st, and then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel on April the 8th. Black Panther sequel is supposed to come out on May the 6th. DC Super Pets is out on May the 22nd.
Oh no.
What?
Swipe.
What? Is that animated?
It could be animated. I think it is animated.
It better be animated. Anyhow, it's live action.
You know what would happen? They would make a live action Super Pets, because every superhero in the DC universe is like the main one is supposed to have like a pet. I think Supergirl has a cat, Superman has a dog, Batman's got a dog as well.
Let's hope they don't make it like Lady and the Tramp.
I gotta say, someone's got something else, and I could so see Warner Brothers making a live action Super Pets and it being better and more successful than the Justice League.
Probably.
I'll be done with you. I'll be like, you know what? I'll wash my hands. There's no helping you.
Wow.
Thor was supposed to be out on November, so Doctor Strange has taken that.
But this year,
November 2021.
Year.
July the 1st, The Flash is supposed to come out. Captain Marvel sequel.
I know. Not when he's choking bitches. We gotta find a new actor.
Let's talk about that in a sec. Let's talk about that in a sec. Captain Marvel on July the 8th. Another Untitled Marvel Studios on October the 7th. December the 6th is the Aquaman sequel. 2023.
Why? Sorry.
All of these are Untitled Marvel movies. So 2023, February 17th, May the 5th, July the 28th, and November the 3rd. They're all Marvel movies.
Wow.
So, back to The Flash.
Damn. So, what happened?
I don't know. It looks like... So basically, he was in the Netherlands or somewhere, and basically some...
The Flash or the actor?
Ezra Miller, the actor. Ezra Miller. Okay. He was somewhere, and some girl was walking up to him like that, and he's like, "Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight?" And then he grabbed her by the neck, pushed her against this vehicle of some sort.
Wow.
And then dragged her on the floor. and then he was like, "You want to fight? You want to fight?" And the guy that was recording it, when he dragged her on the floor, he's like, "Dude, yo, bro."
Yeah, it was a dude or bro.
Yeah, something like
wow.
that. Yeah.
I just it looked playful.
It did kind of look playful at first, didn't it?
Yeah, I feel like the video is biased. No, I'm sorry. The video is biased. We didn't see how she really approached him, for one. Yeah?
Okay, go ahead.
Hang on. We didn't see how she approached him. Because sometimes, and I'm not condoning this.
Wait, I need to see this video, wait.
I'm not condoning this. Maybe he felt the need to choke a bitch. That's what I'm saying. Secondly, not that I'm condoning this. Secondly, the guy filming it, he was like, "Whoa, bro, dude, cowabunga," and then the video ended. So we don't know how she reacted to that because the video looked playful. So she could have with the phone, "Oh, dude, it's all good. We're just playing. We've met before." We don't know. We just saw him. You want to fight? Ugh. And she was smiling on the way down, like, "Hey, she might like being choked. She might be one of them women."
Wait, you know, I gotta watch the video because I'm just like, what's happening right now?
I'm just saying, okay. She might. You know, hang on, it's seconds. Oh wait.
So, yeah, I don't know how to say that. We don't know what's happened. It's not right to hit a woman. No, he didn't hit her. He choked her and then he pushed her on the floor.
Ooh! No, it's not right. It's not right to hit women. But an LGBTQRSTXYZ pop quiz. When a man says that he doesn't identify with a gender, and this person chokes a woman, what's the situation?
Okay. There's a lot of variables right now.
Yeah. What's the situation? We read comments.
She's trying to Millie rock towards him. That's what she was trying to do, and then he grabbed her, and then, as you said, she is smiling. All
the way down, though.
All on the way down. However, unfortunately, you're an actor. Unfortunately, you're in a very high-profile show. Unfortunately, you know, you're in a DC show. I mean, DC film. You can't do that. You can't do that to any people of the general public.
No,
you just can't.
No.
Like, as playful as it is, as playful as it might have been, you know what I mean? It's just like, as an actor, you just can't do it.
No.
You know what I mean? So what happened to him? Did he?
Well, this came out. This came out yesterday, I think it was. So yeah, we don't know what's happening.
Damn it.
We don't know what's happening.
Well, if it came out yesterday, then everybody's breaking the law because no one's social distancing. You never know. Yeah. He's got coronavirus.
He's putting all his corona hands all on her neck and shit.
Exactly. Everybody needs to go to jail in that video. The cameraman, the people over the shop, everybody. So
yeah, why were there 3 people in the shop at once? Like, what?
Thank you. Should they be 6 feet apart?
Cameraman.
Everybody needs to go to jail. I'm over it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy, but yeah, we don't know what happened. We don't know what prompted him to do that. She might have just been really annoying.
Sorry, I need to just clarify. I'm not having this video being used against me. I don't condone hitting women or choking them at all, unless they ask to be choked. Just saying.
Okay, there we go.
Moving along.
All the kinky women have now entered the chat room. Yeah.
Sorry, bitches.
Hi, Joanna. Hi, Stacey. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Sean, Keith, and John. Anyways.
All right, so moving on. As we're on the subject of
moving
swiftly along. As we're on the subject of the Flash, there is some sad news. Flash actor Logan Williams, who played the younger version of Barry Allen on CW's Flash, unfortunately passed away this week. Yeah, he was 16 years old, and the cause of death isn't.
I can't believe he's already 16.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's some sad news there, man. Grant Gustin he wrote on Twitter, just hearing the devastating news that Logan Williams has passed away suddenly. This picture, he had a picture obviously. This picture was early in the filming of the Flash pilot episode back in 2014. I was so impressed by not only Logan's talent, but his professionalism on set. My thoughts and prayers will be with him and his family during what is, I'm sure, an unimaginable difficult time for them. Please keep Logan and his family in your thoughts and prayers during what has been a strange and trying time for us all. Sending love to everyone. Yeah.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
Oh, sending blessings to the family, man. That's crazy. And as well as like, it must be so agitating of like people who are going due to this virus, and then people who are just dying. Or just, you know what I mean, of the millions of other things that happen, you know what I mean, flu, cancer, just natural causes, you know what I mean, you just don't know anymore. So sorry, insect bites. Yeah. I am a typical girl. I don't like bugs. Okay, there we go.
All right.
I have my weapon.
Just went kung fu on that, whatever that was, boy. Yeah.
Hope you got it.
Yeah, for
I
real.
probably didn't. It's fine. We're gonna have a long fight tonight. But go ahead.
So carrying on with another bit of sad news. Juan Giménez died at the age of 76. A writer and artist, Juan Giménez, I'm pronouncing his name wrong, died at the age of 76 on April the 2nd, 2020 in his hometown of Mendoza, Argentina. Basically, this guy was obviously a writer and an artist. He was hospitalized since March the 22nd and was later diagnosed with COVID-19.
Oh wow!
Born Antonio Giménez Lopez in 1943, the Argentinian artist moved to Spain to attend Barcelona's Academy of Fine Arts. After graduation, Giménez became a popular name in the European comic scene, particularly working in the science fiction genre. His work reached an ever broader audience in the 1981 animated film Heavy Metal. You remember that film? That film was sick. For which he designed the Harry Cannon short. In 1992, he began work on what was to be one of his hallmark series, Metabarons, and writer I can't pronounce that. Alejandro
Jodorowsky.
Yeah.
There we go. We got it, people.
I would implore everybody to look at his artwork, man. This kind of the artwork that he was doing was kind of the thing that got me into like comics and this type of like back in the 80s when you see artwork like that, it was just amazing. My dad and my uncle used to like get books with these kind of artwork on the covers, and that would just make me, just looking at that will make me want to read the book. So he's such a sick artist, man. He was such a sick artist, man. So definitely try and check him out and see it. Yeah.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
Bless him.
Right.
Your work will live on, or you will live on through your work, and we will love every piece of it.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yes. Word.
Yay.
Okay. So
what we got next, man?
Oh my God. Reviews. Isha, you watched the Door?
I did. I watched The Door on Shudder.com. A good horror platform if you like horror. Shudder. It's a good film. Bit budget, but it's a good film. Basically,
sometimes those budget horrors are on point.
Some of them are. They actually are. I did watch one on there. It kind of really freaked me out. Just, you know, when you have to sleep with the lights on, you're like, why did I do this? Anyway, no, but Shudder's a good film. Basically, it's about a door in a house. Go into the room. About a door in a house. The room is called. Sorry, the actual film's called The Room, by the way, not The Door. I do apologize. I don't know where I got that from because there is a door and there's a room. Anyway, so the right, the room is in a house. You go through the room. You're in the room and you say what you want most, and the room provides it for you, whether it be money, sandwich, some milk, you know what I mean, anything you desire. And obviously this lovely little young couple, they move into this house, yada yada yada, and you know, they have the kind of quintessential cliche thing where, you know, one person, you know, an outsider's like, oh, you didn't know what happened in this house? Someone got killed in the house. Obviously, they're not like hillbillies, but like...
That guy in that house.
You know what I mean?
Family died in that house.
You know what I mean? So, like, the boyfriend, I think, or the husband, whatever, he, you know, he researches, and basically there was a husband and wife before, and they had a son, and the son murdered both of them. And he's now, you know, in a mental institution. Anyway, so... the story goes on, and you know, they find the room, they go in the room, they ask for loads of things, get pissed out of their head, eat, drink, dress up, just have like a complete madness house party in their house kind of thing. And they get a visitor who kind of turns the whole room on its head. Now, when this visitor comes, you're like, oh, they're going to do this cliche thing. And what I did like about this film is that the directors were like, I know people are going to think we're going to do the cliche thing. We're not doing the cliche thing. And you're like, oh, I'm pleasantly surprised. Let me shut my mouth and watch the rest of this film. It's actually really, really good. You know what I mean? So I won't spoil it. If you get a chance to watch it.
No, I'll definitely be watching it.
Yeah, the only thing I will say is that even though it was a budget film, it's a good budget film, but I just wish it had a little bit more funding behind it, because I think it could have been more sinister, because the story was already fucked up anyway, and it was really, really good. But like, you know, when you just have that kind of like Hereditary funding, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have nightmares. I don't usually have them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, and if you haven't watched Hereditary, don't watch it. It's terrifying. Anyway, but watch it because it's great. But yeah, so I just wish they had a little bit more budget to give it that bit more oomph. Because the woman who's in it, what's she been in? She's in a lot of other stuff. She's like a kind of almost a well-known actor, and then I think the other guy was a bit of an unknown. But altogether, it was a really, really good film. So I'd give it like if I was going to give it something out of Geeks, I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5 Geeks.
Nice.
Just because of the funding level. I think the funding level would have taken it to the next level of, you know what I mean, of horror. Because at the moment it was just like, oh, this is a really scary thriller kind of thing. But it was a really good story. So if you get to watch it. It's on Shudder. Shudder's really good. And if you want to get Shudder, it's only like £4 or $4.99 a month, whatever. You know what I mean? So cheap and cheerful.
Nice.
Watch as many horror films and horror TV shows as well. They don't just have films. They've got podcasts, horror films, horror TV shows, horror podcasts. Did I say that? Horror documentaries. That's what I meant to say. Horror documentaries. It's really, really good.
Sweet.
So yeah, well done. Shudder. The Room, not the door. The Room. There we go.
Oh, The Room. Okay.
The Room. Sorry, I hadn't eaten. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to be taking it back I don't want to say a few seconds, I ain't that old.
I am, so it's fine.
A couple decades?
A couple decades.
Yeah.
It's a few decades for me. Go ahead.
I was watching the 1996 The Incredible Hulk animated show. And first of all, it amazes me because I watched that show religiously, and it amazes me how a kid will just watch the same thing over and over again, because I didn't realize at the time that there are only 21 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it feel when you're a kid, it feels like millions.
I feel like because obviously they're doing it, they would do it once a week, so 21 weeks over and over again.
Yeah.
But but then when they would have their marathons, I would sit and watch the marathon. This is back in the day when a marathon was a marathon. Like nowadays, that's all they do. It's actually quite irritating because anyway, bygone. So I was watching this show and the progression is pretty quick, but I really like it. Like it's a touching show because nowadays, if you watch the Avengers movies or if you read comic books these days, he's pretty much embraced being the Hulk. This is back in the day when Bruce Banner was Bruce Banner, when he was trying to find that cure. Yeah. He did not want to be the Hulk, and the Hulk didn't want to have anything to do with puny Banner. And there were just like a lot of real touching episodes, which like really, and this is what I miss about cartoons. You don't get this these days. It tugged at the heartstrings. There was this one episode where Bruce, Agent Ross, and Thunderbolt Ross and Talbot came up with this kind of, I don't know, poison to inject the Hulk with. So when they finally injected him, and Ghost Rider was in that episode, by the way, which was a nice cameo. This show had dope cameos. So far, let me quick digress. So far, I've seen Iron Man and Ghost Rider, but I think I've got the Fantastic Four to look forward to. Which the Fantastic Four episode is actually a sequel to a Fantastic Four episode that had the Hulk in. I love that. I loved it. Yeah, because there was an episode of Fantastic Four where the Hulk and the Thing got in a fight. And in this episode, I haven't watched it yet recently, but in this episode, Fantastic Four are in it, and the Thing brings up that fight, and then they fight again. But by the end of it, they kind of become like friends or kind of like rivals. But anyway, in this episode with Ghost Rider, he's injected with this thing that if he goes back to being Bruce Banner from being a Hulk, he will die, and to keep his adrenaline. And you know, Hulk in this cartoon is very babyish. The way he talks is proper. Like you have to speak to him like you're speaking to a child. Yeah, Hulk, do not go. Yeah, there was a bit where Betty's crying. She's like, "Go away, Hulk! I don't want to have anything to do with you. You ruin our lives." And he's like, "Betty, sad at Hulk." And then Rick is like, "Yeah, you destroyed our lives. Get away from us. We don't want." And then Hulk got pissed off, like, "No friends," and he starts smashing shit. And then he's like, but he had to burn out. He needed his adrenaline to spike so he could burn out what was in his system. So then when they were like, "Okay, Hulk, we didn't mean it." Oh, they were doing it. He was like, Hulk. They were doing it so like, Hulk. Yeah, so then you get angry. He's like, "Hulk, no understand," and he just went off. But it was like that was a really touching scene. He felt like he had no one. You know what I mean? Then we got you, man. We got you. Then there was this episode where he went to like, I don't know, Aspen or one of those places in America that's got snow. Yeah. And
Alaska? The best of that. One of those places that got snow.
Alaska, it might have been Alaska, And he meets this little boy, and this little boy is hunting a Sasquatch because this other scientist who was studying the Hulk, studied gamma rays, turned himself into like a Sasquatch. And this little boy meets the Hulk, and it's like he grows attached to him, but everyone can't see that the Hulk is actually a decent. Basically, the Hulk doesn't attack unless attacked, and the Hulk rampaged through that town. Like the adults were attacking the little boy. Even that episode was. There's so many touching episodes, and in terms of like quality and action for what it was, it was like a good action show as well. So it wasn't all like. That's what I actually really liked the Marvel cartoons back there, because like I remember saying once on the podcast before, Spider-Man touches on relationships. Had like racial stuff, like those shows. Sick.
And they weren't scared to like talk about that kind of stuff rather than
like real stuff. Still be a Saturday movie cartoon, and I respected them for that and appreciate them because
it kind of felt like they made it for our age. When like because we was in our like early teens, kind of mid-teens, and it kind of felt like they were making it for us, our age group.
So that we could grow up with it, still like this show, still watch the show and not feel like I'm watching a kids show. I was showing Hey Boo Boo, I was showing her the new Thundercats cartoon.
Oh.
She's not aware. So I showed her the evolution of Thundercats, and she was like, they turned that into this. You know what I mean? And the Thundercats from our 80s, 90s, and then the early 2000s Thundercats were sick.
Yeah.
What they have now, it's like they're really trying to dumb down kids.
That's the thing.
I find it so insulting. So
yeah,
you know, you people out there, if you want to introduce your kids to a really good show, a really good kid show, which has
go back.
Watch the 90s Hulk cartoon. Also, one thing I liked is when they introduced She-Hulk, which again was early for me. I thought that was like episodes, episode 7. I'm like, what? All right. They introduced She-Hulk. Then she's like, I'm your cousin. And he's like, Hulk not alone. Hulk got family. I was like, do you know what I mean? That was sick. It's such a shit show. I'm only on. The next one I have to watch is the Fantastic Four episode, and I can't wait to watch it. But guys, I highly recommend you go back and watch The Incredible Hulk on Disney Plus. Yeah. It's there.
I'll watch it.
Nostalgia people.
To be fair, I was looking for the older one from back in the days because I just like the theme tune for that as well. I think it was like in the 60s or 70s they made it. I think it was probably the 70s.
What, do you mean the live action?
No, the cartoon one.
Oh, I don't even think I remember that one. Jeez,
back in the days. Yeah. But yeah, they don't have it on Disney Plus yet. But what I have been watching...
But they got Spider-Woman.
Yeah, they got Spider-Woman and old school Spider-Man and Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I'm watching those.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, I'm going to watch those, man.
I can't. Actually, introduce me to Iceman.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
Yeah, for real. But I've been watching
we love you, Marvel.
on Disney Plus Clone Wars, and I've finally finished watching all of it now. So I've been. That show is mad. That show is mad. Like what Karen was saying with back in like X-Men, and this show isn't scared to kind of show you what war is about in that sense. Loads of deaths, loads and loads of deaths, and there's loads of madness going on, and it's just a sick show with sick characters as well, because it kind of gets you introduced with the characters as well, even like the clone soldiers as well. You've got the Fives, the group of the clone soldiers, and you get to know different ones, who they are, and some people make it, some people don't make it. You've got Ahsoka as well. She's a sick character. I love her now, man. She's proper sick, man.
Yeah, see, now you get it.
Yeah, now I get it.
I can't wait to see her in live action in Mandalorian. Yeah. It's going to be off the chart.
For real. I really hope it is. I really, really hope it is. But I've thoroughly enjoyed Clone Wars, man. That series. I didn't like it at first. When it first came out, I avoided it because I didn't like the animation. I wasn't really into the animation, but now it's grown. It's grown on me, and the storytelling on it is just it's sick, and it definitely expands the Star Wars universe in a way that kind of. I actually want to watch the last prequel, the return. What was the last one called?
What was it called? It was called
Revenge of the Sith or something. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the prequel movie?
The prequel movie, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the show that takes place after that. I forgot what that one was called.
No. Just the last one. I kind of want to watch the first one, the second one as well, actually, just to kind of.
Those two out of those 3 prequels, the second and third were the best. The first one was basically just a race.
Yeah.
Anakin won. There you go.
Yeah. Would you ever do a hardcore marathon like that where you watch in order the Star Wars, including the animated? You slot them in there, like you slot it. Rogue One, you know what I mean? The thing, hands? You just put them all in there.
I don't know if I could do that because I didn't like the last 3. Like I was really.
No. We're not including the last 3.
Yeah.
We're stopping at You know what I mean? We're stopping at where's the last one? Whichever the last one was, not the other three. You don't need to watch that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know because I didn't really like that much. I didn't like the prequels so much as well. So I think that's my. I'm gonna watch Attack of the Clones and then Revenge of the Sith. I'll watch those two just to kind of fulfill my Clone Wars hunger that I had.
Those two are all right, you know. Those two movies are all right. They get a lot of slack. Yeah. They get a lot of slack.
Compared to these three movies,
well, that's the thing. They're actually better. Yeah, they're a lot better than my beef with them. My beef with them mostly was they were way too political. Because if you watch the original three Star Wars movies, it's not political at all. It just is what it is. And my other beef is when Anakin becomes. I just feel like he was stupid when he was so easily led. He was so easily led. I'm like, that could have been done way better. It's such a disappointment to see that's how he becomes Darth Vader.
The thing is though, when you watch Clone Wars, it kind of makes sense now. That's why I want to watch Revenge of the Sith, because watching Clone Wars, you see how the Chancellor Palpatine manipulated. He manipulated bare stuff, man. And that's the thing. It's like, you know what's coming, but it pees you off. That the one thing that peed me off about Clone Wars is watching it and knowing what the Palpatine's doing. And being like, come on, you just go there and you'll see what's happening. You'll see the bigger picture. You know, put everything together and you'll find. But you know in your head, you know deep down, they're not going to find out that it's Palpatine until Revenge of the Sith. But they do a good job in creating stories around the Attack of Clones. Between Attack of Clones and Revenge of the Sith, and making a story that actually fits in place. So they done a good job, man. They really done a good job, and they did a good job in expanding the universe as well. Like I actually PlayStation were doing a sale as well, and I brought Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yeah, I've seen you on there.
Fallen Order.
Oh, man. I've seen you, man. Yeah, I've got that Star Wars fever at the moment, man. I'm on that game
because I'm like, I've been saying to people, this has been like a good time for us adults to kind of catch up and play video games. I'm playing video games. My stepdad
everybody is live streaming right now. Everybody. Twitch is going crazy.
And then I saw Rich on there. I'm like, Rich don't even play video games.
I haven't turned on my PlayStation. I had to blow that shizzle, man. I was dust it off in that, man.
I know there's a PlayStation under here somewhere.
And that's the thing. I was gonna play Call of Duty, and I ain't played Call of Duty for years. But they brought out a new Call of Duty, and I was gonna, and in my head, I wasn't really supposed to, but you know when you're not supposed to do something, but you're like, I need to tease myself to make me actually do it. So my plan was to turn on the PlayStation, play a bit of Call of Duty, and then buy the new Modern Warfare 2, which they just recently released. I used to play that game like mad, like stupid hours, play with people and madness. So I was gonna play that, but then it wasn't loading or something like that. It wasn't loading the disc. So then I was trying to select where it was, because it's been a while since I turned on the PlayStation. I was like, where's this menu, man? Where's this menu? I saw that there's some sale on, and I thought, all right, let me just go on the sale, see what's popping, see if I can find something. This is
welcome to the dark side.
Straight after watching Clone Wars, there was bloody Fallen Order on sale. I was like, shit.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
So
they're like,
it's a good game as well, man.
Someone's algorithm got your algorithm like he switched it on.
Well,
get him now.
We were saying before the podcast, you've caught up on Westworld. And season 3
oh my God,
it's all about that
so
kind
good.
of shizzle. So yeah, I got mate.
Oh
I got by Raboa.
Oh my God.
I got Rabones.
Kieran, please watch Westworld. I beg of you. Just binge it.
Yeah, you need to watch it, man.
You just and you know, so it's obviously this time as well, like you said, like because everybody hadn't done certain things, you haven't played games, or you haven't done any video, like now you actually get to actually do something nice for yourself and actually be like, oh, actually no, I don't have to like learn Japanese. You know what I mean? I can. You can if you want to, but like, you know what I mean? It's just like, no, I can actually do something nice for myself. So, boom, you know what? I'm actually gonna watch a series or watch a film or do what I like. You know what I mean? So take a picture of a flower, whatever, from your window because you're supposed to be in your house. But you know what I mean? So it's nice. Do something nice for yourself, people. Yeah. It's all right.
No,
we're gonna be here for a minute.
Definitely recommend Westworld if you can watch that, Kieran, man. Definitely try and watch it.
I'm going to. It's on my list. I really want to watch it.
Yeah, but how long is that list, though, man? How long is that list?
That list is mad long.
I know.
Right,
I hope it's not at the end of the list.
It's on Sky, though, isn't it?
It's on Sky Atlantic.
It's on Now
TV.
Yeah,
it's on Now. It's on Sky.
It's on.
I'm not going to be watching it if it's on Sky. I'll try.
It's on The Matrix. It's in The Matrix.
It's just it's hard for me getting shows in this house on the living room, man. It's like that's one of the reasons I'm so behind on Flash and Arrow. I just can't get to the TV.
Okay. Come on, Rich, hook him up. Hook up the links. Hook up the links.
Don't incriminate me, man.
Okay.
I'm not the hookup.
You know? Mr. Robot over there.
Mr. Robot.
All right, what we got next?
Next.
Yeah, we were on this one for a while.
Yeah.
I know, sorry.
Get through the script.
Okay.
There we go. Let's go.
So next on the list, we've got comic villains turned heroes. So
oh dear,
we're doing that.
We are gonna go through a short list. It's not really that short, but a list of.
I was scrolling. I was like page 5, 6, and I was like, he said short. Go ahead.
All right, we can go through this quite quickly then.
Quite quickly, yes.
And just quickly, briefly talk about these characters. So we're going to talk about characters who started off in a comic book world as villains. They came to us as villains, and then now they are heroes.
Goody two shoes. Yeah.
Goody two shoes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them goody two shoes because when you're a villain, and then you become one of the good guys, they always have that edge. Do you know what I mean?
True.
They always have that edge to them.
So
you're kind of like a friendly jerk.
Yeah.
Most of them.
But we'll go through the list, and you've seen the list. Do you think a lot of these characters are your favourable characters when reading them? Because they have, for me anyway, they have a wider range. They have a bigger range. So, like, they start off as villains, but now they're heroes. They've got that, like you said, that edge of being like, don't mess with me. I might be a good guy, but I'll F you up.
Yeah, I feel like
I have a bad day.
Yeah, these are the ones that will I'm just looking, that will kind of go dark.
For the sake of being good.
Yeah, not necessarily like murder, because I'm looking at some of them. I'm like, you were a criminal, but you weren't like a murderer. You get what I mean? But you were like you were on the other side of the law. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
That's where that edge comes from. It doesn't always necessarily mean they will kill somebody, but they might know people who know some people, so they can. It might be a thing where they can get information, or it might be a thing where they can. Or they will just be like, I will kill you. It depends on the character. So let's go through the characters.
So first on the list, by the way, this I didn't write a reference. Sorry, I got this from a site. I'll find a reference and let you know at the end. So first up,
he got it from his mind. Go ahead.
I seriously don't have that much time to actually write all of this.
He's lying.
So first on the list is Sam Wilson, aka Falcon,
aka Captain America.
Yeah.
Let's just not forget that he was also known as Captain America.
Captain America, whether you like it
or not. Okay, so his first appearance was in Captain America issue 117 on September of 1969. That was his first appearance as Falcon. Has Captain America, as you said. That first appearance was in Captain America Volume 7, issue number 25 of December 2014. So not only is Falcon Captain America's best friend next to Bucky, he spent a spell wearing red, white and blue as Cap, but he actually got his powers working alongside Red Skull. Before he turned good, he was a petty Harlem thug and Red Skull's henchman. Then on getting his powers, quickly turned on Skull and teamed up with Cap. They've been bros ever since. So yeah,
bro. Sorry, that word bros, I don't know why, it just made me think of The Boys, and I can't wait for that to come out. That needs to hurry up and come out. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah,
that tangent. Oh my god.
Where do you put Sam Wilson in your list of?
Well, he's.
Do you like him?
Sam Wilson has always come across as just a good guy to be honest.
Yeah, even as a henchman, like I feel like henchmen are like, all right, cool, I'm in a bind. It's like, you know, when you're like, all right, cool, I've been a security guard, and then you're like, but it's my friend. Yeah, I need a little bit extra. So I might, you
might just do something because times are hard and like Red Skull's
might
in
rough
town.
someone up. You know what I mean? But I don't think like henchman is like, you know, he's chopping up bodies and whatever. But
some
henchmen.
True.
Some henchmen do.
You're a henchman for the Red Skull. You're murdering people, to be honest. So
True.
I don't know.
What's Deadpool's friend called? The guy who.
Oh, the henchman.
Yeah, he's a Hydra guy.
Billy.
Billy. No, it's not Billy.
Come on, Sean, you're in the chat. We know you are. I can sense you.
What's Bob? That's it, Bob.
I'm googling this.
His name's Bob.
Bob, that's it. I knew it was something like that.
So yeah, I think henchmen are funny. They're the guys who who make stupid comments like, so do you think we're gonna get paid double for this shift? Like, we're working nights. Spider-Man, I ain't get paid enough for this. Kind of, you know. They can be good characters.
Yeah, like henchmen are just like, they know they're gonna get effed over, like whether they go to a job and get like hit by an actual superhero, or you know what I mean. Like from when he was like a Harlem thug, you're not running anything. You're just there. You know what I mean? You're the pawn, and I feel like he's always been a good guy.
I just feel like in terms of growing up in London, even like Sam Wilson's just a regular dude to me. He's just a regular dude.
Caught up in some little bits and pieces. You know, he wasn't the top boy. He was just one of the henchmen.
Just one of the dudes, isn't it?
Yeah, just one of the guys, just on the road, isn't it?
There was, I'm sure there was a comic that was like pretty much about a henchman and just took their point of view of stuff that was going on. I'm sure I can't actually remember.
You said something about that ages ago. Sorry, that was in my memory bank.
I can't remember the name of it though, man. I really can't.
That sounds familiar to me as well.
That does sound very familiar.
Yeah, I need to research that and have a read. I might do a review on it as well, actually. Okay, next one on the list is Rogue. Everyone loves a Rogue.
Rogue, I love Rogue.
Go on.
First appearance.
Okay.
First appearance was in Avengers Annual issue 10. That was in October of 1981. So I'm just fixing your picture here. This OBS really messes up the pictures all the time, man. Sorry, guys.
Oh man, come on, OBS.
If you're listening to this on SoundCloud or on any audio podcasts, you don't have to worry about that.
We hope you are.
No, you don't. You just have to listen to our wonderful voices. Yes. You are awake. Go back to issue 1. Go ahead.
So Rogue initially started. Oh, I found the reference to where I found this list as well. This was actually from Ranker.com. So big up Ranker for this list here. Rogue initially started out as an Avengers villain. She even took out Captain America. If you think if you think about her power set, it totally makes sense that she's squared off against Earth's mightiest heroes. Still, she's far more interesting as a tortured hero, which her decades with the X-Men have proven. So yeah.
Yes.
We all remember that cartoon of X-Men.
One of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I'm obsessed with that particular episode.
It's a dope episode.
It's a sick episode.
It's just it's a brilliant episode.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, it's when Ms. Marvel will take into the
really
picture.
hope they do this in the MCU.
Oh, man.
I've thought about this. Sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. I feel like it would be dope if they did this in the MCU and we had like Monica Rambeau take over. Yeah. But we had like the Avengers have, or Sword or Shield have, Carol Danvers in a coma.
Yeah.
And like post-credit scenes. And you just have something like where she's there lying down and her finger twitches every other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to let us know she's out of commission now, but she'll be back. I think that'll be dope. The MCU don't do that. They're missing out on they'll be missing out on a great opportunity to do that.
Oh my days. But yeah, the story behind Rogue's powers, is that in the X-Men animated series, she's working with Mystique. Mystique and all the other people, and they're on a mission, and Ms. Marvel Rogue is flying the plane, and Ms. Marvel comes and apprehends her because she rips off the airplane top and then she puts it back on. I always loved when she did that. She was like, and then she just puts it back like a tin can, and then Rogue grabs her and she's sucking out all of her power because that's what Rogue's power is, and Mystique's in her ear saying, don't let go, and she's like, Mama, this feels weird, I want to let go, and she doesn't let her go, and then Ms. Marvel and her fly up into the stratosphere, and then they've crashed down, and then we see that Rogue has absorbed all of Ms. Marvel's power completely, but she also has her in her subconscious mind. Amazing. And in that episode, she starts to break free. Yeah. It's great.
Is that pretty much how it happened in the comics?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah, it pretty much happened like that in the comics as well. And wasn't it Professor Xavier that trapped her in a cage in her head?
Yeah. But the funniest thing is, so Professor Xavier did that. He trapped Ms. Marvel in like a corner of her mind, and then obviously Ms. Marvel started to come out, and then started to try and take over Rogue's body so she could have her body back. And then Jean had to go into Rogue's mind, and then they had to face off. And then Rogue ended up trapping Miss Marvel in another cage and then cementing her up and being like, I can't deal with this right now, it's too much. And Jean was cool, because Jean really didn't do nothing. She was just a huge Jean in her brain, and she was like, stop fighting. I was like, you're so annoying right now.
One thing about the animated series was that I really wanted them to kind of come back on some of their stories, because they, like the story with Carol Danvers, the Iceman one with the X Factor, they did a lot of stories with characters, and you just kind of want, and Archangel as well. You just wanted to go back and see the characters again. You just wanted to go back and extend their stories. So I think
I even remember.
I think that's one.
I just remember an episode.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I even remember an episode where something big was going on. Archangel was in this episode, and someone was scanning as in Archangel and Psylocke, and whoever it was, like, I think it was Shard, Bishop's sister.
Right.
Like, that's and her computer was like, oh, that's Archangel and that's Psylocke. They're destined to join the X-Men. So it's like they threw it out there.
Yeah.
They were destined to join. So at this time, I'm thinking, oh my days, when is this going to happen? But the episode where they actually join the X-Men never. So I get what you mean.
Never. Right. But there is some good news. I think we talked about this earlier in another issue. The guys who did the animated series, they have recently spoken to Marvel, and hopefully, I really, really hope this is what they need to do. They really need to bring the X-Men animated series back with the same type of content, as in adult content, not pandering to kids, but the same type of adult
stop that, man.
Content.
You need to stop doing that. And the thing is, what I fear about that is that, and I've noticed it in the quality of the Marvel anime shows, they pander to kids.
And too much.
Have you noticed?
I've stopped.
If you noticed, like, let's look at the Spider-Man cartoons for one. The 90s Spider-Man was there were a lot of reused scenes, but the quality was good. Then we got Ultimate. Then we got Unlimited. Spider-Man Unlimited.
Yeah.
Quality dropped.
Yeah.
Then we got Ultimate Spider-Man, the quality dropped. And I'm talking about even the animation, the way it looks.
Yeah.
And now we've got the latest Spider-Man. The animation is horrible.
Yeah.
It's like it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
And the stories as
They need
well.
to just stop. And the stories are bad.
That's why with X-Men as well, it's like the animated series, season 1 and season 2, I was like, great. Season 3, I couldn't watch because I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
This is on Nickelodeon Babies. I'm like, there's too many colours. There's too much. There's too much.
Overstimulated, like.
I'm just like, it's way too much. So if they bring back old school X-Men back in the day, good animation, adult animation, you know what I mean? I want to be like, you know, when the Teen Titans are like, is that what we used to look like? Can we go back to that? Like, that's what I want, because it just works. But Rogue, I don't think she's a villain. I think she's just a troubled teenager. Okay?
Sorry, you were about to say something before I cut you off. I'm sorry. Do you remember what you were going to say?
No, I don't actually. No. Alright, let's move on to the next one.
Sorry, bro.
It's all right.
Well, I was going to say Rogue. I agree with Isha. Rogue is just a troubled teen. I wouldn't call her like...
A villain?
No.
Yeah, no.
She was just in a shit situation. She went to whoever took her in after her family kicked her out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was Professor Xavier. Anyway,
yeah, she went from bad to evil, didn't she?
Yeah, I know.
And if you don't get what we're talking about, you need to go back to issue 81, where we had a segment called Surviving Professor X. Listen to that.
Surviving Professor X.
And you'd love it. You'll love it. It's actually one of my favourite
That's actually one of the best episodes we've ever done.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Check it out.
And then come back. Come back. Yeah. Okay, who we got next?
Gambit, first appearance. Sorry, not Gambit. That's the next one. A bit of a spoiler there. Deadpool, first appearance, New Mutants, issue number 98 from February 1991. Deadpool started out as a 100% villain. In fact, he's jokingly based on a DC villain, Deathstroke, Slade Wilson. Wade Wilson. Get it?
Get it?
But he started off. His mission was to actually kill Cable, who was a good guy in New Mutants at the time. And after a while, they became best friends. So here's another character that's obviously got that edge where he's a lovable character. People love him. Maybe not so much after the Deadpool films, because they kind of milked it in the comics. But yeah, he's one of those characters that you can't really F with, because he will kill you straight up.
Oh, he wouldn't even hesitate.
Yeah, he will.
Wouldn't even think about it. He would just...
Yeah, he'll do it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's more dangerous than Wolverine.
Yeah, he is. Like, he'll chop off your arm and beat you to death with it, and then like grow his arm back and then still beat you to death with his arm.
Wolverine. So Deadpool will just... he'd kill you. Wolverine will tell you, I'm gonna go do this.
Yeah.
And someone will have to be like, bro, don't do that. Wolverine. Deadpool's not talking it out. Deadpool's just gonna do it. That's the slight difference between... There are times when Wolverine will just go about his business, but he loves, you know what I mean?
He's a big softy under all of that.
Softy, so he would talk. He would talk a bit. He might talk to Jean, Kitty Pryde, or Jubilee. It'll be one of those three. Yeah.
Or Storm if he's really if he's really in a jam.
It will be a woman.
Yeah,
if she's a redhead, forget about it.
Exactly.
If she's a redhead or Japanese, or if he, God forbid, he found a redheaded Japanese woman.
That's it. Game over. Game over.
Alright.
My days. That's hilarious.
So next one.
Oh no, but he found one in the film, remember? The horrible film with the girl when she could see the thing and she was a redheaded Japanese.
Oh snap, she was.
That's hilarious. There you go. Anyway, go ahead.
I take no. I don't remember that. I don't remember that film.
No, none of us do. That film
was there a Wolverine film? I don't even remember. There was. Gambit, first appearance.
Wolverine, yeah.
Gambit, first appearance. Uncanny X-Men annual number. That's not right. We don't have a number because that's not right.
Annual 1990.
Yeah, that's wrong.
We're gonna say 199.
Yeah. July of 1990, he came in as a camo, and then he officially came in on Uncanny X-Men issue 266 from August 1990, and that's his actual first appearance. Gambit is a bit of a mad one because he was a villain. Gambit is one of those heroes that always seems to be up to something. That's because he started as a villain, albeit a charming man about town, thief of a villain. He actually started off with Storm, which was a good story.
They need to do the story of the Morlocks because I feel like. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's another thing as well. They need to if they do the story, if they bring back X-Men the animated series and they do the story of the Morlock massacre.
Because even in the animated show, when she comes down there, and she's like, okay, one second. But then she goes down into the underground, because obviously they've kidnapped Jean Grey and Scott, and then they're like, are you okay, Storm? She's like, I'll be fine, even though she's going through like heavy claustrophobia. She's like, I got this, and then she meets Callisto, and Callisto's like, all right, let's do this. She goes, okay, no powers, and she goes, okay, no. She pulls out the blade, and I'm like, you lot don't know about Storm. She's been blading people, she's been knifing people from day, and then Tutu, she doesn't knife her in the TV show because that's too much, but like they're staffing it. The joke is they have lightsabers. Didn't realize that. You know, when you're an adult, you're like, they're fighting with lightsabers. Yeah, they're starting to like.
Well, that's when they don't. That's when they don't want to put knives in there, isn't it?
It's when they don't want to put knives in or guns, so they shoot lasers. So that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love animated series. Is my favorite because they do not hold back in that show.
Yes,
but
that's where the Marvels need to take it because anyway, so she mashes up Callisto and she's like, I am the ruler now of the Morlocks. You can rule them until I get back. And then in the comics they wipe them out.
That's
like,
messed up.
It was great. So they need to do all of that. But yeah, go ahead. Anyway,
so Gambit is a he didn't really. He brought the what were they called, like Sabretooth and all those guys. I can't remember the name of the actual group, but he brought them down to the Morlocks.
Oh, the Delta?
No.
Was it the Delta?
No. I can't remember the name of the group, but he brought them down, and basically they effed them up, man. The Marauders, that's it.
Delta Star, Alpha Star?
The Marauders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, he brought them down. He didn't know that they were going to go down to kill them, but when he found out, he tried to do the right thing, but it was too late, man. Too late, so...
Too late, man.
Back in the days, Gambit
is Gambit a villain?
He's not a villain, but I think because he joined the X-Men and he didn't mention it to them. It was like a secret that he didn't mention, and he's always one of those characters that you never know what he's up to. He was a thief, obviously, but he was one of those characters that you don't really know his history that much, and even
he didn't really talk about his past and just joined the X-Men, and that situation was where he was at. And he's kind of like a lives in the moment kind of character.
And in fact, he should be an Omega level mutant as well.
Gotcha.
But because he went to Sinister and he couldn't control his power, and Sinister did something to what's the word?
Hinder his powers.
Hinder his powers a bit. So he's not as powerful as he should be. But even things like that, he's a really dodgy bloke. Really, really dodgy bloke. So
yeah, he is.
You know, if they brought back the animated series, how sick would it be if they kind of touched on that? Because how sick would it be if, like, you know, they had that story where Sinister kidnapped all of them, and
that was
how
such
sick
a good
would
story.
it be if like Sinister and Gambit already knew each other, but they just didn't acknowledge.
Yeah.
Didn't acknowledge it at that time. How sick would that be?
This man's just like, okay, let me get
that was one of my favorite. That's my favorite episode. When
we're going to that, man.
We'll get into it. Sinister and his, what were they called? The Nasty Boys. The Nasty Boys. Yeah. Sinister knows what your future holds. Alright, next one.
Oh my days, I love it.
Next one. Okay. Hawkeye. First appearance, Tales of Suspense, issue 57. This was back in September 1964. Has Hawkeye. Wow. Avengers, issue 63, April 19... issue 63 in April 1969. He appeared as Goliath. And in Captain America, issue 179, November 1974, he appeared as Golden Archer. And in 2007, in New Avengers, issue 27, he appeared as Ronin.
Ronin.
Hawkeye first encountered.
Thought you were gonna start singing there.
I was gonna say because he came in with Black Widow as well, didn't he? Or was it Black Widow? Yeah, it was Black Widow.
Black Widow.
No, it wasn't. Black Widow came in issue 52. So I was going to do the two together because I thought it would save a bit more time, but I'm actually wasting time talking about this. So Hawkeye first encountered the Avengers and was robbing them. And the Avengers, he was a petty thief. They soon saw his talent and convinced him to join them. The Avengers indirectly nodded to his history by having Loki brainwash him into supervillainous shenanigans throughout most of the film. So that was the film that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, he started off as a villain. Hawkeye, what do you think?
Well, again, petty theft.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know, I don't condone thievery on camera.
I couldn't let him
but like, yeah, you can't let him in your house. But then it's just like, all right, you're gonna steal something, that's fine. But then it's like, it's nothing too major.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't think he's a villain. He's just maybe a little thief.
Yeah.
No, don't leave your watch. Don't you leave your watch
out.
No. You know what I mean?
So
should we do? We'll do Vision.
Should we do Quicksilver? Go on.
Vision and then Venom.
Oh yeah.
We'll do Vision and Venom, and then we'll do the rest next week. We'll continue with this next week.
Yes. To be continued.
Boy, do I have an opinion on Venom, but I'll wait until we get it.
So Vision first appeared in Avengers issue 57 in October 1968. In Vision's first appearance, he was created by Ultron to be the enemy of the Avengers, a baddie designed to hate his father, Hank Pym. But in the first arc, he realised he wanted to fight for good and rebelled against his own father figure, Ultron. So
he's not bad.
He's not bad.
See?
No, he wasn't bad.
He's just bad programming is what he is.
And the thing with Vision, as well, he kind of was his brain was based on Wonder Man. Yeah. Wonder Man, who was a hero as well at the time, so that kind of helped.
So he isn't, you just had a little bug in the system, a little
Ultron.
update.
Hard. What's Ultron thinking? He chose a hero to base his ultimate weapons.
I know, that makes no sense.
What was he doing?
That makes no sense.
What was Ultron, man? Come on, man.
You should have given him like a complex. You should have put half Ultron, half Wonder Man. You know what I mean? So he's
saying Wonder Man shouldn't have been a factor. If you're trying to make a villain, I wouldn't take the brain of a dead hero.
True. Bless. Or maybe that's what he wanted. He wanted the brain of Wonder Man to be like, no, stop, don't do this. But Wonder Man's like, F
That's
this,
a
I'm
Frankenstein
pulling the
shit.
switch. We're gonna be
Pull it
good.
out, man.
That's a Frankenstein that shit. It did not
Yeah.
work.
Okay, who's next?
Let's
Well,
do
I was
Venom.
gonna say my opinion of Vision is that he's whatever. Go on, who's next?
I was gonna say actually. All right, let's do Venom because Venom could be a long one.
We love Venom.
And Venom.
Not in the films, but we love Venom.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Venom.
Also, that untitled Sony Marvel movie I will not be seeing. Well, at least I won't be paying for it anyway.
Okay, let me just twist it a little bit. We don't like Venom in
The movies.
in
any
he
movie.
was true to himself in the old movies, but he
Yeah.
was not true to himself in the new movies. The new movies, he was trash. Okay.
However, in the older movies, he was not portrayed
He
well.
wasn't. No.
Okay. Yes.
He was
Definitely.
not portrayed well.
I think
Definitely.
with me in the movie, in the old movie, is because I used to watch that 70s show, that the guy who played Eddie.
Yeah.
And
That's what you saw, innit?
it kind of was who I saw, and like reading the comic and watching the animated show as well. Like even the first scene where you see Venom, he's pumping weights, man. He's like, that's why they called me
Eddie Brock's character was someone.
Tonk.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock's character was somebody who genuinely liked to lift weights, and so when I'm seeing skinny,
Yeah. The guy who played Sandman in that movie. Side note: Sandman was a better villain than Venom in that movie. I'm just pointing out the way they did Sandman more justice than they did Venom. I'm just saying that they should have actor who was doing Sandman be Venom, because he looked more like he should have been Venom. He would have been more scary.
But
he would have.
They should have missed out.
I was so excited.
They should have. They should have missed out that whole.
It's a horrible thought, because I was just gonna say I was looking forward to that movie. I was like, wait a minute, we're getting Venom, Green Goblin returns, and we're getting Sandman. This movie's gonna be sick. I can't wait to see these three all tagging up on Spider. No.
They did that whole Sandman killed Uncle Ben thing as well. That effed me up.
I hated that.
That was
my God, it's long.
And not only that, Sandman forgave him. So it kind of just shit on everything.
Yeah, it was long. And as well, like the last, I swear the last film, he saw the guy who shot his uncle, and he looked completely different.
Yeah. Find that movie anyway. Can we talk about Venom, please?
Yes, we can talk about Venom. Venom is a bad man. That's it.
No.
First appearance.
Read your thing.
First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man issue 252 in 1984. But
I was one.
Venom Volume 4, Issue 4, in September 2018. That's when he chronologically was in it. I think they just made a story about him. In that comic.
Okay.
So Venom started off as a villain, specifically out to get Spider-Man. Eddie Brock knew all Spidey's secrets, had all his abilities, and firmly believed that Peter Parker was responsible for everything that had gone wrong in his life. Eventually, he came to see that Spidey was just trying to make the world better, and he even fought alongside his former enemy. Nowadays, Venom is on Flash Thompson and is a full-fledged government issue superhero. This is obviously old because he's not Flash Thompson anymore. He's gone back to Eddie Brock, and that story has been pretty sick, actually. So if you can read some of the latest Venom issues, definitely go back and definitely grab the trade paperbacks and read them, man. It's been so good.
I don't like it when good characters, and now I'm about to coin the term, they get Harley Quinned.
Yeah. Yeah.
A character getting Harley Quinn is when a character is so good on paper or in a cartoon, they eventually put them everywhere in the movies, then they're all over comic books, and then the worst thing about it is that they were villains at first.
Yeah.
And then you make them heroes. I can't stand that. Now, I loved it when Venom was a villain. I would have never changed that.
Yeah.
Even when he became an anti-hero, I wouldn't have had that. Him going around doing good things. One thing I liked about Venom, to me, Peter Parker is a nerd. At school, he gets bullied. Yeah, he gets bullied. Spider-Man himself, when you see him interacting with other superheroes, he's clearly like the geeky, dorky superhero.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what I liked about Venom is that Venom was Spider-Man's bully.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Bully,
Definitely. Yeah.
The way he tortured Spider-Man was almost like prankish.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? They were like pranks. He tortured him. He would never outright, like, I don't know. The Green Goblin would just go out of his way to kill a family member or just stuff.
Yeah.
Dr. Octopus, villainous stuff. The Rhino, villainous stuff. Or henchman stuff, whatever you want to call Rhino. But to me, Venom was a bully, and that is what I liked about his dynamic with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I missed that. I missed the bully geek dynamic, and then you get the geek who would stand up for himself. But Venom would still loved about Venom.
Yeah. And as well as like Venom feeds off of your darkness, basically. That's basically, remember again, he's from space. So he's probably been going from planet to planet doing this to other beings, whatever. He's from space, he's not nice. He's never been nice. Like you said, like he just goes around just bullying people. And then it's a thing of like when he attached to Peter Parker, it's like, I know there's badness in you. I want to draw it out so that you can just be bad and I can just feed off of that and heighten it. That's all it is. I just want to heighten your evilness. So like when you were saying it's like, oh, he's just his bully. He's like, no, I want you to come fight me so we can fight everybody else. You know what I mean? It's that kind of narrative kind of thing. So it's just
also, thinking about the combination of Eddie Brock and the symbiote, whatever.
Ever since that film came out, they said it wrong. I've been questioning my reality of how to
be fair, what's his name? Donny Cates. Donny Cates' Venom recently has actually been good. It's been really, really good, and it's going back to like the Clentar, his alien race, and this. You know what Donny Cates has been doing with like Silver Surfer and Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's all kind of connecting in a sense as well. So it has actually been the story's been really. I've really been enjoying reading Venom.
I don't doubt that the story's good, especially if Donny Cates is doing it. But I'm just like, I miss how Venom was. Obviously, it is what it is. Yeah. But one thing I liked, I was just going to say, Eddie Brock could not stand Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like, as you said, Rich, he blamed Peter Parker for everything that went wrong in his life.
And
that had the symbiote. As far as the symbiote is concerned, he tried to enhance what Spider-Man had, make it better. Yeah. Spider-Man rejected it.
Yeah.
So then the symbiote got bitter. And then when those two come together, you've got perfect villain, perfect bully. Well, it's like two beings attacking this one kid. That was brilliant. I miss that. I really do. I actually wish the animated series made that 3 episodes. And not 2. There was so much they could have done. So much they could have done. Anyway,
it was sick. It was sick. Man. He is sick. He is sick. He's a sick character.
Yeah.
So,
as long as he stays evil and doesn't go good, it's just like, you know.
It's just because he got Harley Quinn, he got overly popular in such a short amount of time. Then the hires up who don't have a clue, like, okay, we have to make him good because. Why do they feel like they have to do that? Why can't they just be like a badass villain character?
Because they're going to be on a TV, on a movie.
No one cared.
And they need to be a good guy. They're going to be in a movie and they need to be a good guy.
I think that's fucked. If I were to make a villain movie, my character would just be going up against. I would tell it from the portrayal of how dope would it be to see. Do I have a villain? a Magneto movie where it's his side of his
perspective.
His perspective. Now he's going up against the X-Men, but you're seeing it from his perspective. Why does the movie have to be okay? Magneto's getting a movie. We need to make him a hero. Why?
Yeah.
Brightburn worked so well.
Brightburn.
I need to watch that.
The young boy.
I still need to watch that.
Worth a watch, yo. I only watched that recently, but it is worth a watch.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice now.
Tonight.
I can't watch it today. I can't watch it today. I'll watch it over the holidays.
That is Superman.
Yeah.
That is Superman, where he's just a little shit. He was taken in by the right family. He had the
Just
right
the
upbringing.
Woof.
But there was just no helping that kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look, I'm not going to spoil anything of Brightburn, but it's just like,
Brightburn is
just do a Brightburn, then who needs to be a villain in it? Because they didn't pull any punches with that. They were like, nope. Nope. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay.
There was nothing. What I liked about Brightburn.
Don't spoil it.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it because I want Rich to watch it and then come back.
Yeah.
So we can all review it.
I'll watch it this week. I promise I'll watch it this weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it. But what I was gonna say is, regarding Brightburn, that kid, to me personally, had no redeeming qualities. There is no making a hero out of him afterwards. Like you done it. Like you're straight up villainy. You are superhuman evil villainy. There's no.
It was great.
It
was great.
Very underrated. I swear it got bad reviews.
Yeah, it did get bad reviews.
Gave that bad reviews.
Yeah.
It's because they couldn't take it. I'm telling you, because I was thinking about it. I was watching it. I've seen it twice now in the space of a month. And I was thinking, people could not handle this movie. They couldn't handle it. You're punks. I can't. You know. Brightburn was dope. Just couldn't handle it.
Alright.
But okay, all right. What we got next?
Sorry,
So,
Venom. Done.
Venom's done.
Venom's villain. There we
and
go.
I think we're done for this episode. Actually, we're going to continue next week.
Yes.
Part 2 of villains turning heroes.
Yeah. And so we're gonna add on our favorite episodes of our favorite animated episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we already spoke about a couple that we dropped some gems in there, but some we've got other shows, you know what I mean, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Black and Mice from Mars. What's the other one? The what's it? Not Sharky and George. The one with the cars and the plants coming out of it.
Jason and Will Warriors.
Jason and Will Warriors.
There we go. You know, Thundercats, Bucky O'Hare. There's loads of shows, man. We've got loads of shows, people. We're gonna come back with the vengeance.
Yes.
Okay, and give us some favorite episodes. I need to watch some stuff and be like, what episode was it? And just for YouTube like that. What episode was it?
I already know what my favorite X-Men episode is.
Yeah, that's easy.
We'll talk about that. No,
it's not easy, man. Because it's not easy because there's so many good episodes of that.
It's not easy because especially for the X-Men, 90s X-Men was difficult for me to pick. But I know there's a 2-parter that I love. Like I'll watch it over and over again. So that's
okay. We will
Spider-Man, the 90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Okay, Spider-Man's hard because there's loads of Spider-Man.
I think that one's easier for me. I think.
Really?
That one easier for okay.
I was much more into. I was into because Spider-Man came. X-Men came out first, didn't it? And I remember when Spider-Man came, it was kind of like it's not as hard hitting as X-Men, so my levels went kind of down, and I was like, Anyway, let's.
We'll
come back next week with the juices.
But thanks, guys. Come back with us.
Yeah,
come back. We got more for you. It's not over yet.
We know you ain't going nowhere.
We're just getting started.
Yes.
And if you can,
and Rich, tell him.
Pick up one of our new hoodies. Comic meditation.
Oh yeah.
We need that.
Definitely need that. It's a good hoodie.
Flip the page.
That you can find on Teespring /dasourcewall. If you want a 20% discount, you can just go into the promotional code and type in dasource20. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, get some merch. Yeah. Oh. Don't forget to bring a sandwich.
And wash your goddamn hands and stay at home.
Wash your
hands, wash your ass, wash your face.
Wash everything.
Okay? Just, Quick tangent. There was you know, people out there are nasty. I don't know if anybody remembers. I think it was 2018, 2019. There was this conversation on Instagram, which I found disgusting, that was going around on whether or not when people shower, if they wash their legs.
Yes, it resurrected itself.
Wash
your legs. You wash your legs.
People in the shower sometimes they wash the top half and then they let the soap run down,
and
they think the soap running down their body is them washing the bottom half of their body.
Proper trying to justify it like it's
Rich is
like it's science.
No.
Like it's science. I'm like, no. The soap might be there, but you're not scrubbing the dirt off, are you?
Yeah.
So you have sex, yeah? No. Let's not even say sex. You just took a wicked shit, yeah? Dirty, sloppy, wicked shit. Yeah, you get bubble guts. It's been a long day. You finally get home. Oh man, I can't wait to shower. And you just wash the top half after. And how many times did you shit that day? How many times did you piss? But you're just going to wash the top half because the soap runs down.
People don't wash their feet.
You lot are the reason why we're in this pandemic.
Yeah. Wash your whole body with soap and another thing. Wash with a washcloth. I don't understand these people who don't wash with. Okay, anyway, this is a geek
I wash with my hands. No.
And the soap. No.
How to wash properly.
Okay. This is Yes, wash properly. That will be the beginning of our next podcast. Just in case you all don't know how to do that, we'll be giving instructional videos.
Service announcement brought to you by the Source Wall.
Yes.
Get on the wall or get off.
There we go. #wash. See you later, people.
Peace out.
Meow. Happy quarantine.